right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I know it was probably tempting to just stay at home in your warm houses today, so thank you very much for joining us. Welcome everybody out watching us online and Facebook land as well. We're happy to have you along, and we hope you can hear us. And if you do have any questions, type them into the post there as well, and hopefully we can answer some of those for you. So I'm going to start off today by asking who has been on a Fehr-Way tour before. So quite a few people have not. Okay, so we know that there are lots of other options for your travel choices, but we like to tell you why we think you should choose us. And so here are a few of the reasons why we think you should choose Fehr-Way. Actually, Mel, can I get you to hit the lights? I think it'll be easier to... Thank you. Is that a little easier to see for everybody? Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, the customer is number one. Okay. We try to make sure that we are taking care of all of your needs while you are traveling with us. We have 41 years of experience. You can see Mr. John Fehr Sr. there, looking over us in the background. Okay. He started this company in, I believe it was 1979, right, Mel? And and it is that family legacy lives on in his daughter. She is now the owner of the company, Miss Diane Fehr Palmer. So there's that strong family history. And then we also partner with Beaver Bus, who is run by John Fehr Jr. So it is a strong family bond, and we're very proud of that. We use only deluxe motor coaches. I mentioned Beaver Bus Lines. You get late model motor coaches, okay? So only the best for our Fehr-Way guests. All of those motor coaches are equipped with washrooms on board. We now have Wi-Fi in Canada and US, which is a really nice feature. There are footrests, reclining seats, and just the utmost in safety and comfort on those motor coaches. Balanced itineraries. A lot of these itineraries that you see have been worked on over the years. Okay, we've started out going to the Maritimes and tweaked many times over the last 41 years in order to make sure that you get the must-see attractions along the way, and that we're taking the best routes and all of that. Professional tour directors and drivers. Okay, we hire the best tour directors out there, the ones that are going to take care of your needs, that are going to have lots of information for you. Okay, we're very proud of our tour directors, and we want them to provide you a great service. Okay, and the drivers, we get the most experienced drivers from Beaver Bus. We have a small handful of drivers that we use, and we use them because they are the most experienced. So we're very lucky that way. Like I said, along with those balanced itineraries, it's a comprehensive pre-planned tour. Okay, so we pre-plan everything. We take a lot of the guesswork out of things. You get on the coach and we take care of you. Okay, and we let you know where we're going. Plus we have that tour director to take care of you along the way. Okay, the sightseeing and attractions, we try to include all of those in the price of our packages, as many as we possibly can. And then the other kind of really nice perk that we love to talk about is baggage handling. We choose hotels that have baggage handling, so you can get your bag on the coach when you arrive, and then it really doesn't have to be handled again until you get back home in Winnipeg and you're off the coach. Okay, those bags will be taken off the coach, delivered to your room every night. You put it out front when we're departing again, and it gets taken to the coach for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry about lugging your bag around. We want to help you out with that. And just great personal service, whether it comes from the office. We try to take care of you right from the very first phone call and help you get what you need right to the end when we drop you off at home after you've had your tour. Okay, any questions about why to choose Fehr-Way? All right, so we're going to cover 4 of our tours today. The first one will be Agawa Canyon and Mackinac Island. Okay, now the first thing I want to say about this tour, it is 8 days, and you'll see we have 2 departures this year, September 20th and September 24th. Last year we had 1 departure. It sold out like crazy. Okay, we had to turn a lot of people away because we didn't have enough space on the bus. It was a very popular tour. So this year we're having 2, and you'll see why it is such a popular tour, because it is quite a lovely experience. So let's talk about what it includes. So here we are, Kekabeka Falls, the Terry Fox Monument, the Agawa Canyon train excursion that you can see in the background there, the ferry to Mackinac Island, a horse and carriage tour, guided tour of the island, your luxury motor coach transportation, your hotel accommodations and baggage handling, and of course we have 5 breakfasts, a box lunch on the train, which we'll talk about more, which is really nice, and even nicer is the grand buffet lunch at the Grand Hotel on the island. Okay, so that is what this package includes. Okay, our first stop, okay, about 30 kilometers west of Thunder Bay is Kekabeka Falls. Okay, quite beautiful. Niagara of the North, it is affectionately nicknamed. Okay, so we'll take a stop there for a picture stop. Okay, you'll get to read, I believe there's a plaque there, tells a little bit of story about the history of the falls, okay, and our tour guide will let you know about that as well. Okay, the Terry Fox Monument. Okay, we're hoping he's going to be on our new $5 bill, right? Isn't that what the news is saying? Okay, so we're going to stop and pay tribute to this great Canadian hero. There is a panoramic view of Thunder Bay while you are at the monument, so you can see the sleeping giant in the background as well. The monument is not at the exact place where he stopped running. It's about 4 kilometers west. There's a little marker on the highway, but of course that wasn't an ideal spot to have a monument, so they just put it a little ways down the road. But we'll go check that out and pay tribute to that wonderful man. Okay, all aboard. So we are going to head to Sault Ste. Marie, okay, and we are going to get on the Agawa Canyon train. Okay, and this train is going to travel 114 miles north, okay, of Sault Ste. Marie through the Canadian Shield. Okay, you're going to enjoy lunch on the floor of the Agawa Canyon. So that is where you're going to have that box lunch, and you see these people enjoying it at the picnic tables there. So you're going to enjoy that picnic lunch, and these are some of the things, some of the nice natural beauty you will see. Okay, hopefully those colors will be out like that. Okay, some happy people enjoying the train. Okay, this is an all-day excursion. Okay, you get time to get out and take a look around. Okay, after the train, okay, we're going to head from Sault Ste. Marie to Mackinac Island. So you can see where we cross here, the Mackinac Bridge, and then this is called a hydroplane ferry. So it is not a plane, it's called a hydroplane, but it is the hydroplane ferry that you will take over to the island. Okay, and we will see that 5-mile long Mackinac Bridge. You will not want to have lunch there. They do call it the Big Mac, but that's not, it's not from McDonald's, okay? This connects us to I'm not sure if I'm going to say it right, Ignace, to Mackinac City. And so this we will see as we are on the ferry going over to the island, okay? And then we arrive on the island, okay? And there are no cars on the island, okay? Just with the exception of some emergency vehicles, okay? It creates quite a peaceful atmosphere because there's no cars allowed on the island, okay? And it was the entire island is a natural historic landmark, okay? So it's a beautiful, peaceful place, okay? This is some of the things, you know, all of these old Victorian homes, this is how it looks like when you're on the island. There is a year-round population of only 492, and that was back in 2010, but I'm sure it's not much. So they have a lot of seasonal that come in and out, right? Seasonal workers that come in and off the island. Okay, so it's a small actual year-round population. And there you can see there's also a golf course in the back. Apparently there's been some presidents in the past that have golfed on that golf course, so it's quite beautiful. Okay. So we talked about that guided tour by horse-drawn carriage, okay? So you're going to all get on one of these carriages and they're going to take you around and you're going to learn about the island, the historic homes, and the history, okay? It's quite a nice day out. Get to, you know, feel like it's kind of back in time. And then we head to the Grand Hotel, okay? The Grand Hotel has the Grand Luncheon Buffet, and you can see those amazing desserts. Okay, looks like they had already gotten into the Grand Buffet there, but we treat you to that Grand Luncheon Buffet when you're on the island. Okay, and we're also going to give you a free day. Okay, the fudge, famous. Okay, you can see them making the fudge when you go to some of these shops. You can take a stroll. One of our tour guides loves to take a bike, rent a bike, and go around the island for the day, for the afternoon. Okay, you can hang a little bit more out at the Grand Hotel and visit and just explore. There's also Fort Mackinac, so there is a historic museum there that you can explore as well. And if you'd like to check that out. Okay, so it'd be some pretty neat things to see and eat and do. Okay, and then after we leave the island, this is the way we will head home through Marquette and Grand Rapids. Okay, some of the sites you will see. Okay, a nice scenic drive. It's along the north shore of Lake Michigan. And then home sweet home. Okay, so it's just an 8-day. Okay, it's a nice little getaway. September 20th and 24th. Okay, make sure to note that date if you're interested. You want to book by June 26th so you get your $50 off, right? Your double price, $16.99 plus tax per person, and your single is $23.49. Okay, and $200 per person at time of booking. Okay, and then we can do optional travel insurance in the office for you as well. Okay, and your final payment due August 6th of 2020. Any questions about Agawa Canyon and Mackinac Island? No? Yeah.
What hotels do we stay in? Are they bed and breakfasts or hotels?
They're hotels. I'm trying to think if we know the name of the I believe it's the Lakeview that we stay at right on the island, if I'm not mistaken. But we can give you, if you want to call the office, we can give you that information because we'll have a list. I don't know them off the top of my head, but it is hotels that we stay at along the way. Yeah, yeah.
We're on the island for how many days?
Pardon me?
On the island for how many days?
The island we're on for 3 nights, I believe. Is it 3 or 2? Is it only 2?
2?
I'm trying to think of how it works. 2 nights in Sault Ste. Marie,
Yeah.
and then 2 nights on the island. That's right. Yes, yes. Pardon me. Okay. Any other questions about Agawa Canyon? No? Okay. We will move along. Ooh. Oh, Mel, I think I need you now.
Don't wake me up. I was.
Come on, you were sitting back, relaxing back there. All right. I'll check to see if anyone asked any questions. No? Okay. All right, so next is the Black Hills and Casino Hotel. So this one is a 6-day, and we do 3 departures throughout the year. Okay, so we do June, September, and October. All right, I believe our October departure also sold out. Okay, so another one that's growing increasingly popular. Okay, so here's some of the highlights of what we're going to see on our Black Hills tour. So the Mitchell Corn Palace, Spearfish Canyon, Wall Drug, the High Plains Heritage Center, guided tour of Deadwood, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills Gold Factory. The Trial of Jack McCall, I believe, is only available in June because it's an outdoor show that they do. The Badlands National Park, Terry Redlin Art Center, and then, of course, some gaming packages at your casino hotels, and all of your breakfasts are included. Okay. Our first stop is the Grand Falls Casino Resort in Larchwood, Iowa. Okay, so this is your first casino hotel that you get to stop at, and of course we include a gaming package there. Okay. Okay. Next we stop at the Mitchell Corn Palace. So this is what they call crop art on the Mitchell Corn Palace. So it is actually made from corn and other grains, and it's actually a venue that holds, you can see there's pictures of performers on the outside, so it does hold concerts and sporting events, exhibits, that kind of thing. And it was made to showcase the richness of the South Dakota soil. So it was built in 1892. So we'll visit the Corn Palace. Okay, Wall Drug. Does anyone know what made Wall Drug famous? What they gave away? Nobody would care today what it is. Okay, it's free ice water, right? They'll still give you free ice water too when you go there. Okay. So it's a stop along the way to Deadwood, and it was meant for free. They advertised free ice water to the travelers heading to Mount Rushmore. Okay, and now they'll also give you, if you go there, they'll give you free bumper stickers and coffee for 5 cents. Okay, so we'll take you there. It's kind of a country themed store. There you go. There's some of our Fehr-Way tours there with their bumper stickers and ice cream, and so it's got, it's got ice cream and coffee and, things to eat as well as shops and things like that, or things to buy. So it's kind of a neat, more than just a drugstore now for sure. Okay. And then Deadwood, South Dakota, we will stay for 3 nights. Okay. Looking quite beautiful there. Okay. Now on our June departure, we stay at the Hampton Inn. Okay. And the Hampton Inn is connected to a casino as well. And our September, October, we stay at the Mineral Palace, also connected to casinos. Okay? Now, if you want to look past these very happy Fehr-Way passengers, you may see something sort of important in the distance. Okay? So you can see they're enjoying their lunch overlooking Mount Rushmore.
3 presidents.
Who's going to name the 4 presidents for me? There's 4. Who are they?
Lincoln.
Lincoln's one.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Who's the 4th one?
Guy with the hair. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Washington. There we go. Okay. So you will see those have lunch with the presidents there. Okay. Okay, another one we'll stop to see is the Dignity of Earth and Sky. Okay, this is a 50-foot high stainless steel statue. Okay, and it honors the Lakota and Dakota peoples indigenous to South Dakota. And this was done more recently. This, I believe, have been here for a few years, but it is quite something to see. The picture doesn't quite do it justice, but it's quite beautiful. Okay. Another neat monument we will see is the Crazy Horse Memorial. 72 years it's been under construction. Okay, it is operated by a nonprofit, and so here's how it looks. Here at the bottom is how it will end up looking. Okay, and so they're still working on it today. I'm not sure, when they anticipate it will be finished, but it's quite something to see. One of the bigger mountain, that and along with Mount Rushmore, carved mountain structures, right? The largest in the world. So, okay, we're going to go to the Black Hills Gold Factory, the name of the tour, okay, and see how the gold and jewelry is made, okay, and see how diamonds are cast in the molten gold, that kind of thing. So we'll get to see, and I guess the way they do it is special to the area, and of course we'll learn about that when we do the tour of the factory. Okay, we get a guided tour of historic Deadwood. Okay, so as you can see over there, the historic site where Wild Bill was shot. Okay, and of course this is all about learning when the city's heyday it was 1876 to 1879 when Wyatt Earp, Calamity Jane, and Wild Bill were all hanging out there. Okay, so we'll learn about that, your local guided tour. Okay, and then for some natural beauty, we'll head to Spearfish Canyon, pardon me. Okay, once again, some happy Fehr-Way guests enjoying the Spearfish Canyon Lodge. Nice rustic area. Okay, and we'll go to the High Plains Heritage Center. Okay, this was devoted to the Western expansion. It's a 5-state regional museum to honor the Old West pioneers and Indigenous Americans. So it's from North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Montana. Okay. Okay, so if you go on the June one, you get to see the outlaws shoot it out on the streets. Okay, so it's kind of a neat little show they put on, right? This guy looks pretty fierce. Okay, and then we'll switch it back to some more scenery, picturesque. Okay, got quite the balance in this tour, right? We go from casinos and gamings and shootouts, and then we get to see the beautiful national parks and natural beauty of South Dakota. Okay. And then our last stop on the way home is the Terry Redlin Art Center. Okay, he's a South Dakota artist. Okay, he was made popular for his outdoor wildlife art. Okay, this is Watertown, South Dakota. This is where he lived his life, and this was opened in 2010. And he was born in 1937 and died in 2016. So he did get to see the art center and had a part in it. Okay, so it's 6 days, right? June 14th, September 13th, and October 4th. Your prices there are double $9.49 per person, and single is $13.99. As always, the $200 per person, plus your optional travel insurance, and our payment is due 45 days before their respective departures. Okay, this one, if you book 90 days before, you get $25 off. Okay? Any questions about the Black Hills and casino hotels? No? Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my tea while Mel queues up our next. That was a quick one. Okay, so Branson Country Variety. So this is also a 9-day, all right? May the 2nd departure this year, and you can see the Branson Ferris wheel there. We did have some clients that went on it in November and had quite the good time. We could show you some cute pictures in the office from them. All right, so this tour includes quite a bit. Terry Redlin Art. We're going to visit Precious Moments, Heather Hills Farm Store, historic Old Branson and Branson Landing, shopping at the Outlet Mall, 6 live music shows for this one, Silver Dollar City Theme Park, Fantastic Caverns, Osceola Cheese, Russell Stover, okay, always your motor coach transportation, accommodations, and baggage handling. And your meals or breakfasts, 2 lunch, a snack voucher at Silver Dollar City, and 4 dinners, okay? And here's one of our groups walking off into the sunset with the Branson Ferris wheel in the background there. I believe that's our tour director, Rita, there on the... Okay, so another thing we're offering this year is a Western Manitoba departure. So all my folks watching out in Facebook land, okay, we are going to do a Western Manitoba departure with pickups along the Trans-Canada Highway. So this will include your 2 overnight hotel stays, pick up and drop off at the hotel, and return transportation from Winnipeg to wherever you are in Western Manitoba. So that would include places like Brandon, Verdun, Souris, Portage la Prairie, okay? So call the office if you're, in that area and you're wanting some more details, because we will pick you up to come to Branson with us, okay? Once again, Terry Redlin Art Center. Okay, we talked about him in our last presentation, so this time we're going to go see that on the way down. Okay, a little different view. Okay, and this is Rita and Gary. They're some of our Fehr-Way tour directors, okay? And this is one of the picture stops on the way down to Branson. So some beautiful landscape in the background, okay? On the way there, okay? Our first stop is going to be Heather Hill Farms, okay? And Heather Hill Farms, you can get wine and cheese tasting while you're there. They do it 7 days a week, so make sure to try some of that. All right, and it kind of sets the tone for the tour with its warm country atmosphere. It's a very neat little store. All of our clients that have gone through here really enjoy having a stop at this Heather Hill Farms. They find some really neat and different things there, so we'll stop there. And this lady's very happy about her cheese. Okay, so 6 live shows. This is where the real fun begins. So we're going to talk about the shows that we will be seeing this year when we head down to Branson. Okay, so the Presleys and the Duttons. Okay, the Presleys is a country jubilee, music, comedy. The Duttons, and these are both families. The Duttons, they play every instrument you can imagine. Okay, so violin, banjo, mandolin, harmonica, you name it. And they were actually on America's Got Talent back in 2007. So it's a very lively, energetic show. Okay. And then here are the 4 others: Dolly Parton Stampede, Showboat Branson Bell, okay, Clay Cooper, and Noah. Okay, and Noah is actually at the Sight and Sound Theater, which is quite magnificent. It's a big, beautiful theater. So some really neat entertainment to see on this one. Okay, and we'll take you to Silver Dollar City. So Silver Dollar City is the theme park in Branson. Okay, and it includes a bunch of local craftsmen, dining, shows, rides. Okay, there's a cave in there. There's always festivals and events going on. So, you can take a look. They've got those craftsmen there. There's always shows going on at different times of the day throughout the park. So when you come in, you get the list and you can see what's going to be going on throughout the park for the day. Okay, here's some of our guests. They were there at Christmas time, enjoying Silver Dollar City. Okay, I'm sure they must have all bought those hats there. Okay, and again on the Showboat Branson Bell area, that's also part of Silver Dollar City. Okay, and checking out the shops along the way as well. Okay, so these are all Fehr-Way passengers. Okay, some optional activities when you are in Branson. They have a Titanic exhibit where you can, you go in and you get the card. They'll give you the name of a passenger, and you go through and find out your fate at the end, as if you were that passenger along the Titanic. They have the Wax Museum. You can do some shopping, okay, or you can check out more shows, because there's always more shows going on. So if there's something there that we didn't take you to, when you have some free time, you can go see another show. Okay, on the way home, we head to Fantastic Caverns. Okay, this is just outside of Springfield, Missouri. Okay, and so there's that Jeep-drawn tram. Okay, and it takes you through on a path left behind by an ancient underground river. Okay, and it was discovered by a man named John Knox and his hunting dog in 1862. At first, he didn't tell people about it. He was afraid the government was going to ruin it, so he didn't tell them right away. I think it was about 5 or 6 years later that he actually told them about it. But the tour guide will take you along and explain the caves and what is called the stalactites and stalagmite formations that you see throughout the cavern. Okay, and so there are Fehr-Way guests enjoying their tram ride through the caverns. Okay, and then we're going to take you to lunch at Lambert's Cafe. And why is Lambert's Cafe special? You will see this young gentleman here, and he's got that tray of rolls. Well, it is the home of the throwed rolls. So heads up, because they will throw them at you, okay? And that's their thing. The rolls are flying around every few minutes. They're throwing them out. You catch them and you eat them and enjoy them. They are warm and buttery and delicious, but it is the home of the throwed rolls. So it's kind of a fun stop. Okay, and we'll take you for lunch there. All right. We'll also take a stop at Bass Pro Shops. If you are an outdoorsman, this is your dreamland. Okay, there's an alligator pit in there, usually some fish swimming around. Okay, it's quite the extensive outdoorsman world, so we will take you for a stop at Bass Pro Shop as well. Okay, so for this one, tour prices, double is $16.99 per person, single $22.99. Okay, of course your $200 per person at booking, and optional travel insurance. Final payment for this one is due March the 19th, and as always, we give you $50 off if you book 90 days in advance. Okay, any questions on Branson Country Variety? Oh, and I forgot to mention, we also take a stop at Precious Moments Park on this one. There wasn't a slide about that, but of course everybody had those in their house in the 80s, right? Everybody had some Precious Moments figurines. Yeah, so there's a park there that we stop at along the way as well to check out. It's quite beautiful. So, okay, any other questions? No? Okay, well, we have one final one. You guys are a good audience. We're rocking and rolling through this presentation here. And just before, and while he's queuing up this other one, I do want to mention that we have a few tours that are going this spring, okay? Or this, I should say, this winter. We have Texas going next month on February 22nd, and it is nearly sold out. Okay, there's only a few seats available on that one. And then we also have California in March, okay? We need a few more people to guarantee it. So if you're interested in California, come with us, okay? That's a 21-day. And that also you can take a look at those presentations. We did them last week, and they're on our Facebook page. Okay? All right, let's talk about Nashville, Branson, Memphis, and Pigeon Forge. Okay, so we're going to do this twice this year. It's a 14-day tour. We're going to go in May, on May the 3rd, and October the 10th. All right. All right, this one is a very exciting jam-packed tour. So guided tours of Branson, Nashville, Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and Memphis. We are going to Dollywood, 2 nights at the beautiful Gaylord Opryland Resort, the Dolly Parton Stampede Show, the Old Smoky Mountain Moonshine Distillery, the resort town of Gatlinburg, Old Branson and Branson Landing, the College of the Ozarks, Graceland from Elvis, Country Music Hall of Fame, the RCA Studio B Tour, the Smoky Mountain Opry Show, Fantastic Caverns, Pate House Museum, and Jesse James Home, and Bass Pro Shop. That was a lot to say. That was a lot included in this tour. Okay, and then those are the shows that are included. So we do, of course, take you to the Grand Ole Opry with Gold Circle seats, the Smoky Mountain Opry, and 4 Branson shows. Okay, 13 continental breakfasts, 1 dinner, and a Fehr-Way dinner. Okay, those are Fehr-Way tour guests' fee just from this past November when they were in Nashville. Okay. All right, and once again, we're offering that Western Manitoba departure for this tour. So please call the office for more information if you're out there and you're wanting to do that. On the left there is our one of our tour directors, Rita, and these ladies, their shirts all say Branson underneath the cowboy boots. So I'm not sure where they were headed that night, but they all got the same shirt. Okay, so here is a map of where this tour takes us. Okay, so it heads down to Minneapolis. Okay, we go just outside Chicago, and then we end up down here in Pigeon Forge. Okay, cut across from Nashville, Memphis, and Branson, and then back up again. Okay. Okay, our first stop is Minneapolis. Some happy shoppers at the Mall of America. So if you want to pop in there on our first night, okay, you can go over. Our hotel that we stay at is only a few minutes from the Mall of America, and it offers a free shuttle to the mall and back. So if you want to go have, of course, there's more than just shopping there. There's all sorts of other activities and restaurants and that kind of thing. So you can always head over there for the evening if you so choose. Okay, and then our next main stop is Pigeon Forge. Okay, so that is where Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and we are there for 3 nights. Okay, there's a look at the Great Smoky Mountains, the area around Pigeon Forge. Pretty beautiful. Okay, one of our first stops, the Old Smoky Mountain Moonshine Distillery. So you take the tour of the distillery, and they serve you your tastes of moonshine in these little mason jars. Okay, and for $5 you can do some sampling of all their moonshine. Okay, so apparently it's a whole lot of fun. Everybody walked out of there on the last tour that went down there and had a bottle that they brought along with them from the moonshine distillery. So, okay, we're going to take you on a Pigeon Forge guided tour, and that'll be of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So you get to see the beauty of the area and check out the Smoky Mountains. Okay, High Energy Dolly Parton Stampede. So this is an exciting show. It has 32 horses, special effects, a musical production, and a 4-course feast. Okay, and I believe, is this the one where you have to eat with your hands? Yes. So everything they give you, there's no utensils, right? You eat everything with your hands, so it's kind of fun. And then you can, have your drinks in those little cowboy boots. And this is just the pre-show entertainment here. This guy here, but you can see it's quite spectacular. The rings of fire and the horses and all that. So it's a lot of fun. Okay. This one at the Smoky Mountain Opry, Feel the Music. Okay, this is the area's largest cast of singers, dancers, aerialists, quick change artists, comedians, juggling, and a live band. So this is just, every sense is entertained in this one at the Smoky Mountain Opry. It's a high energy show. Okay, these are some of the different performances that go on at Smoky Mountain Opry. Okay, and then of course, you cannot go to Pigeon Forge without going to Dollywood. That's what it's all about, okay? So we're going to give you a good part of the day to explore the park. There's shows happening throughout the park, shops, dining, and rides. Okay, there's some craftsmen along the way there as well. And so this is legendary Dolly Parton Dollywood. Okay. Next up is Nashville, Tennessee. So we're going to stay there for 2 nights in Music City. Okay, and we get to stay at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. This picture does it no justice, okay? This is an absolute sight to see, just the hotel itself. It is 9 acres of lush indoor gardens and cascading waterfalls. Okay, that's in the building. It has over 10 restaurants in sight. It is absolute luxury at its finest. So we get to stay there for 2 nights. It's really something beautiful. There's even a little, like you can see the water in there. They have their own little boat ride that goes through the hotel and everything like that. It's quite something. Okay, we're going to take you on a Nashville guided tour. So here's some of our Fehr-Way guests. listening to the local guide there. We'll stop in the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Okay, and you can see it's the revolving marble globe. Okay, you can take a look and find Winnipeg on there. Okay, and then we'll also see the Parthenon. It is the full-scale replica of the one in Athens, Greece. So the reason for doing this in Nashville, okay, is I guess Nashville's nickname is the Athens of the South. So it influenced the choice of building this as the centerpiece of the 1897 Centennial Exposition. So it is a full-size replica. So if you don't feel like going to Greece, Nashville's a little closer. You can check that out. And we'll take you there on that guided tour. Okay. And when in Nashville, one must see the Grand Ole Opry. We'll take you to the Grand Ole Opry House. Like I said, the gold circle seats. Okay, so great seats for the show. The Grand Ole Opry began in 1925 as a simple radio broadcast, okay, and it is now the live entertainment phenomenon that it is. So anyone who is anyone in country music has played the Grand Ole Opry, and to this day there are still big name stars that come in and play the Grand Ole Opry, and it's if you're a country music fan, it's where you want to check out, right? Okay, as well as the Country Music Hall of Fame, also downtown Nashville. Okay. The Country Music Hall of Fame is there to collect, preserve, and interpret the evolving history and traditions of country music. So there's some of our Fehr-Way guests looking at all those gold and platinum albums on the wall of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Okay. Checking out some of the cool costumes and dresses from the famous performers over the years. And the piano. I love the piano staircase. Okay, RCA Studio B. So I'm just going to read this little plaque that's outside of there if you can't see it. So RCA Records established a recording studio in this building in November 1957 with local offices run by guitarist-producer Chet Atkins. Its success led to a larger studio known as Studio 8, built next door in 1964. But Studio B recorded numerous hits by Elvis Presley, the Everly Brothers, Roy Orbison, Don Gibson, Charlie Pride, Jim Reeves, Dolly Parton, and many others. Along with Bradley Studios, Studio B is known for developing the Nashville sound. Okay? You can see Dolly on the wall over there, the big hair. Okay, and here's some of our Fehr-Way guests had a chance to try their hand at being recording artists for the afternoon. Okay, it sounds like they had quite a laugh and quite a lot of fun. So they let you see what it's like to be in the recording studio while you're there on your tour. Okay, singing along, playing some instruments. Okay, these are, I think these folks were just here in this past November. Okay, so lots of fun, lots of laughs had by all. So it looks pretty cool. Okay, when you are in Nashville, you will have some free time, and this is some of the stuff that is downtown. So the Ryman Auditorium is actually the original site of the Grand Ole Opry. So sometimes you see the Grand Ole Opry at the Opry House, and sometimes you see it at the Ryman Auditorium, depending on the time of year. So these ones that we're showing you, the show will be at the Grand Ole Opry House, but you have the option of going to the Ryman Auditorium to tour it and see that. The Wild Horse Saloon is a super popular restaurant downtown that you can see and sit and watch some live music and enjoy your lunch. We have our driver and tour director hanging out with the horses at the bar up there. That's our Eric Holland and Blair. Okay, and then next to Elvis Presley's Graceland. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite luxurious. Okay, Elvis had a hand in decorating it all himself and choosing the decor. So you get to tour the home. The only place that is off limits is upstairs where he passed. But you get to see what Elvis lived like. It's pretty amazing. It's definitely on my bucket list. Okay, and then as we head to Branson, this is what you get to look at, the majestic Ozarks. Okay, the drive from Nashville to Branson, Missouri. And there we are for 3 nights. Okay, see the big Ferris wheel there. Okay, we'll take you on a Branson guided tour down the 76 Highway Theater Strip. We're also going to stop at the College of the Ozarks, along the way on our guided tour, and it's College of the Ozarks is known as Hard Work U, and you can actually stop in there and buy some of the goodies that the students make. I have had the apple butter that they've made there, and I highly recommend it. Okay, my kids go crazy for it. It's very delicious. Okay, and we're going to see 4 Branson music shows on this one. Some exciting shows. There's some of the performers there. And we talked about, there's the Duttons again, that family group from America's Got Talent. So those you'll see in the May and October departure, as well as the Presley's Country Jubilee. Okay, the only difference on these departures is that in May, you get to see a show called Hot Rods and High Heels. So that one's more music of the 50s and 60s. Okay, and then we'll also see Clay Cooper on both of those. And for the October departure, instead of Hot Rods, it is Doug Gabriel and family. So another, he's a Branson staple as well. So you get to see him in October. Okay, you'll get some free time in Branson. I believe you get 1 free morning and 1 free afternoon, not on the same day, but you do get some time there. So you can check out, once again, we talked about that Titanic, or you can do some shopping at Old Branson Landing, see another show if you so choose. Okay, and again, we're going to head to Fantastic Caverns. Okay, a little bit different view there, if you don't mind being underground. Okay, Bass Pro Shop as well we will stop at. This one you can actually see, if you look in the bottom left corner there, they have the live alligator pit. So you can see the alligators hanging out right in the middle of the store. Okay. And this stop we're going to stop at on the way home is Jesse James' home, okay, and the Pate House Museum. So this is where this home is. They did move it, okay, so that it could be next to the Pate House. Once again, it's one of those things, they moved it a few blocks away, just for convenience and ease, but you do get to see where he lived, where he was gunned down. And then the Pate House was the headquarters of the Pony Express, so they kind of joined the two together, recognizing their significance, and that's in St. Joseph, Missouri. And we'll stop there on the way home for a visit. Okay, and a Fehr-Way celebration dinner. We always have a Fehr-Way dinner. So we will enjoy a meal together, laugh with our newfound friends from our tour, right? And then we got Rita and Gary hanging out in the back there with our group. Okay, so Nashville, Branson, Memphis, and Pigeon Forge. So this is a 14-day tour, like we said, 1 in May and 1 in October. $28.95 per person for a double occupancy and $38.95 for a single. Okay, same rules apply with the $200 per person plus optional travel insurance. And of course, we ask final payment due 45 days before departure. Okay, and it's $50 off per person on this one if you book 90 days before. Any questions about Nashville, Branson, Memphis, and Pigeon Forge? I always get tongue-tied saying the whole thing.
The price on there, is that?
Yes.
There's taxes applied to that too yet, or?
There is no tax on this one. No, we head straight to the U.S., therefore that is the total price.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We will, you will see it say plus applicable taxes if there is tax. If not, that is your price. So that's your single and double occupancy.
How long are we in Nashville? Overnight?
Nashville is 2 nights. 2 nights, yeah, and that's at that Gaylord Opryland Resort Hotel, that luxurious, beautiful hotel. Yeah. Any other questions? I'll see if anybody out there has asked any questions. No, just people saying, I've been on this tour, it's so much fun. That's always good to hear from a former passenger. Okay, and I'll also note that our Springtime in Victoria tour has been guaranteed, so that is another guaranteed departure, and that leaves in April, as well as our Minneapolis tour to see the Blue Jays in July. We've guaranteed that departure as well. We've had a ton of interest this year to go see the Blue Jays in July, so that's a nice 4-day one as well. So if you're interested in baseball at all, join us on the tour to see the Jays down in Minnie.
How about the one in Kansas City?
Kansas City's not guaranteed yet, but we are going in August for that one, yeah. Yeah.
I have a question about if a show is possibly sold out? Is there any, like, some of them do get sold out, right?
With the shows that they
Tours,
offer?
tours.
Oh, the tours, yeah, yeah.
So to guarantee that we are on a tour, how soon in advance should we put some sort of money against it?
You know, the sooner, the answer to that would be the sooner the better, right? I mean, we
Now, can we put
absolutely,
X number of dollars against it?
$200 is always the minimum we require for the deposit. So as soon as you put down your $200 per person deposit, that secures your seat on the tour.
Okay.
And you can do that at any time.
Can we do it just through you, or can we do it through an agent?
Yeah, if you have a travel agent that you like to use, you can absolutely do it through them. Yeah, yeah, either is fine.
So what if you put a deposit down and something happens that you can't go?
Yes, so that is why we recommend that you get the optional travel insurance, right? So that way you buy health and cancellation, and if something happens, right, you're covered, and that, you know, if you get sick or a family member gets sick, then you're covered through that cancellation insurance, and then that, you know.
Okay, so instead of Blue Cross,
Mhm.
you can take out your travel agent, your travel insurance.
Absolutely.
And how much is that?
That's all depending. That would you have to get a quote on the specific tour, okay? Because that's all depending on the length of the tour, the cost of the tour. That there's a few dependents. So I wouldn't be able to tell you how much because it. Absolutely, you can come into the office and speak with us for a quote, or you can go through your agent and they'll be able to provide you a quote. Absolutely, they can help you with that. Not a problem. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch that second date for the Agawa Canyon and Mackinac, because it's only going on here the 24th.
The 20th. It's actually 4 days before.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions I can answer for you about these tours or any others?
Where do we catch a bus out of here?
Yeah. So depending on where the tour is headed,
Not Branson,
Yeah.
the Nashville one, then on to Memphis and Nashville.
yeah. So we always start at our office here. So just right outside the Fehr-Way Tours doors at 1050 Henderson here, and then we usually head downtown. We do a pickup at the Holiday Inn downtown at 360 Colony, and then if it's one that's heading south that you're referring to, we would head down Pembina Highway, and there's a pickup at 2155 Pembina Highway. There's a Safeway on Pembina that we pick up there. Okay.
It's a big space to park here.
Yeah, there's a big space to park. Yeah.
And on the same note as where the bus comes,
Yeah.
can we leave the car here when we go on tour?
We
or-
don't recommend, because we do share the parking lot with other people. We can't guarantee that you won't be towed. We recommend that you get dropped off by someone in your family or take a taxi if it's a long tour. Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave your car for 14 days.
No, I thought maybe there was a section. Or something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that. But
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Any other questions?
I guess you need a passport and all that ahead of time too, or?
So in order to book for anything that is leaving Canada, we just need your legal name as it is on your passport and your date of birth. Okay, so we don't actually need to see the passport number. We need to just ask you that you have a valid passport, and then we just need the information that's on there. Yeah. Anything else? We're going to do some door prizes, Mel? Yeah, we're going to turn the lights on and give away some prizes. If there's no other questions.
My sister had a question. She's in meeting,
Yes.
and we're both going together from here.
Yes.
She's concerned about how to pay
Sorry, how to pay?
her part.
That we can do. So as far as payments are concerned, we can take any major credit card over the phone. So Visa, MasterCard, or Amex, we can take those over the phone. So yeah, if you have relatives or friends and family that want to join you from a different part of the country, we've had that happen many, many times. Okay, we can do everything over the phone. No need to come into the office to see us. Yep. Okay. All right. What are we drawing for first? Tim's? Okay. And everyone got their ballot in, right? So they'll win a prize? I don't have enough prizes for everyone, but. No,
I'll let you draw the first one.
I'll draw the first one. All right. Jerry Stack. Oh, he's standing up at the back. All right.
Jerry's going for coffee.
He's going for coffee.
Jerry, would you choose the next lucky winner?
That's a good price.
All right. Elaine Peters. Where is Elaine? Oh, right. More coffee for you?
Have some coffee as well.
That's it, I don't drink coffee, my husband does.
Oh, there you go. You bought him coffee. And we have Margaret Millian?
Mix them up, Mel, mix them up.
What do we got? $50 Fehr-Way gift card, gift certificate. Yeah. So that can go towards any long tour, 4 days or longer.
Yeah, I know.
And the last one, the big grand prize,
$75.
it's 100.
100 is that.
100. Right, Mel?
Last
Yeah.
time I
Yeah.
got the $75 one.
Josie Shortridge. There you go. All right, so that was $100 towards your next long tour. So before I send you back out into the cold, is there any other questions or comments or concerns?
The one on the Mackinac, Agawa Canyon Mackinac, you got it's June the 26th, the deadline for both dates?
Yeah. So they're 4 days. They're 4 days apart.
4 days apart.
So yeah. So if it's June the 26th, or sorry, it would be
20th
July
and
the
24th.
26th. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
July the 26th, July, yeah, or July the 22nd for the first one, and July the, yeah.
Can I say something? If you want to go to that one, make sure you book, because my husband and I wanted to go 2 years ago, and it was
Yeah.
completely booked. We're
Yeah.
going on that one now.
Yeah, and just, if for, anybody that didn't hear that, when it comes to these tours, like we said, if you decide you want to go, the best thing to do is put down your deposit as soon as possible, as soon as you decide you want to, so you can guarantee that seat. Because sometimes a tour takes 4 months to sell, and sometimes it takes a week. And it's happened that it sells out just like that. So definitely reserve your space as soon as possible. And note too that, if you do change your mind, that deposit is fully refundable up to 90 days before departure. Okay, so there's no penalty. So if you want to reserve your seat and something happens before that 90 days, that can be fully refunded to you. Okay, and the other thing I want to point out is the sooner you get your deposit in, the sooner we can guarantee those trips. Right? We need your numbers to guarantee those tours. So
So the
Yeah.
question I have is, if you put down the $200 deposit,
yes,
you have to get your insurance and cancellation insurance at that time.
you have up until 90 days before to do that, because you're not in penalty until 90 days before. That is how our insurance works anyway. I'm not sure if different providers are different, okay? But until you are in penalty, which is 90 days, you have that time to decide, okay?
You had two different dates here. You gave us a date on the screen,
Oh.
and then there's a date here that says November the 7th on this.
November the 7th. That is probably our Christmas tour. So it's the same but a little bit different. Unless that is a different sheet altogether. Can I just...
That's got Daniel O'Donnell.
That one's got Daniel O'Donnell.
It's Winnipeg and Saskatchewan.
Yeah, this is actually our Christmas tour. So our Christmas tour for this one's a little bit different. Do we have the 14? Oh, the 14-day one, the PDF hasn't been created.
I have it here.
You have it there?
I printed it off. My agent printed it off.
Oh, great. Yeah, so you can print that.
October 10th. Oh, that's this one. This is what we see here.
Okay, yeah, well, this one here.
That one's the Christmas departure. So it is a little bit different, that one there. Mm-hmm.
And how much different is it compared to the other one?
The difference on that one is, of course, there's a different amount of attractions. We actually spend an extra night in Memphis on that one. Okay, and then of course it's more a Christmas themed tour. So there is different attractions and different package inclusions in that one. It is similar, but we do add an extra day as well to that one. So an extra night in Memphis. Okay. All right. Well, that concludes our presentation. Thank you again all for coming out today. We really, really appreciate it. And feel free to call us or, check us out on Facebook if you have any questions, and we're happy to help, okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day.